We going? Excellent. This is great, Ralph. I'm excited that you're here, man.
Oh, I'm excited to be here.
You know why I'm excited?
Why?
You are the perfect guest for us because we're a cars and comedy entertainment show, right? And you straddle both worlds.
I love both worlds.
You are one of the biggest surging young comedians of your time right now, so I hear. And
I'm doing all right.
You've got a YouTube channel about cars.
Yes, I do.
And we're going to talk about all of it. And you also have a new special coming out on Hulu.
Yes, sir.
What is that called? Ralph Barbosa, Planet Bosa.
Yes, Planet Bosa. It's a Dragon Ball Z reference. All the Saiyans come from Planet Vegeta, so I named the planet after myself.
That's awesome, man. But first, I want to talk about you. Because frankly, I didn't know that much about you. You know, I watched your Rogan interview last week. What's that like? Doing Rogan's show.
He's really cool. I think the cool thing about Rogan is that like he doesn't really have any guests on there unless he actually likes them. But I never know what to talk about when I'm there. It's like very intimidating. And I kept bringing up like my own conspiracy theories, but he didn't really like them. So yeah, I don't know.
What are your conspiracy theories?
Well, I told him sometimes I think maybe the only songs that are allowed on the radio are songs that the music fits a certain pattern, and it's like. What do they call it when like you're being brainwashed without knowing? I feel like the music on the radio makes us more submissive without us knowing, so that we're more likely to fall in order. And he said that was ridiculous. But then Jamie, his producer, backed me up a bit.
Yeah, I can't believe he's saying something is ridiculous with some of the stuff that he puts out there.
To be fair, most of the stuff that I would bring up, he's like, "There's a chance. There's a chance for that. There's a chance." But then when I told him that I think some Fords have a delay in the gas, he's like, that's impossible.
That's impossible.
That's the one thing he was like, no way, man. No delays. But I think there is.
I thought he was known for his open mind to everything.
No, he thinks Fords are perfect. And I like Fords, but they're not.
I like Fords too. I have a Ford Bronco that I drive, and I think it is kind of perfect, but maybe. But that's funny what you said. You're a little intimidated too, because I was wondering too, and not to stay on Joe's interview of you, but it seemed like he launched right at the beginning of that show right into some conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Well, the reason that came up was because he had a bobblehead of a dude on his table. So like, as soon as I sat down, I'm like, who is this guy? He started explaining the story to me.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to know, and the reason I was watching this is because I wanted to know your story. Like, you know, I love hearing the trajectory of a comedian. And you know, were you always interested in comedy growing up?
Yeah, for sure. I used to want to be like an actor. Like I wanted to be in like skits or movies. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like some SNL, some Adam Sandler stuff, and. When I was like fresh out of high school, I'd been telling people in high school that I'd be a comedian one day. But right out of high school, I realized I didn't know like how to do that or like get into it. I ended up searching online like Dave Chappelle's whole story, like Adam Sandler's whole story, and I saw that Adam Sandler went to school for acting. He went to like NYU, I think, or something. So I went to a community college to start acting classes, which were fun. But through that teacher, he introduced me to like the world of open mics. And once I started hitting open mics, I really fell in love with that.
Who did you like? Stand-up comedian wise? Who were you?
Stand-up comedian. I actually wasn't a big stand-up comedy fan. I was more like on the acting and the skit side. But I you know, at the time I only knew the big names like Chappelle or like Norm Macdonald and stuff. Like I knew who they were. And as I started doing stand-up, I started learning about way more stand-up comics. And then I really fell in love with more people like Mitch Hedberg.
No, I know. I knew Mitch.
Yeah. It's cool hearing like stories about him through people who knew him personally.
Yeah, well, my story isn't that pleasant.
Did you guys fight or something?
No, it was long ago, and I was working with Louis C.K. on I had just come off Seinfeld, right? And so when you come off a show that's hot like that, they give you what's known as a development deal, which is we're going to give you a ton of money, and whether you know what you're doing or not, which at that point I really didn't, even coming off that show, I was just still a new writer. We want you to create the next Seinfeld. Who is the next Seinfeld? And this is like 98. And I said, you probably don't know this guy, but my friend Louis C.K., I believe, is the next Seinfeld. He's kind of a broke Seinfeld. And he wants to do a show about kind of being a broke comedian in New York. And I don't know who, I think we sold that idea. They were skeptical, but we sold it to CBS. And very quickly, Louis said, let's bring Mitch in and have him be part of this. So he set a meeting for like a Wednesday, and everybody came over to my house in Hollywood. And Mitch came over really fucked up, And he had this girlfriend with him who was also a Mitch Hedberg. Have you ever had friends who have a big persona and then their girlfriend or wife starts talking like them?
Yeah, like Millhouse parents.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. So I had Mitch Hedberg and then a lady Mitch Hedberg
to marry him and stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, let's go in the dining room and do some work and get some stuff done. And Mitch is like, hey, let's go get some burgers. And Louis is like, yeah, we can do that later. Said, no, let's get some burgers now. And I'm like, oh, now, okay. And I said, Louis, can I talk to you for a minute? Can we? I'll go get burgers with Mitch. That's cool. But can we get rid of the lady Hedberg? Because we're not. I can already see an hour's already gone by, and we're not going to get anything done. But we ended up getting burgers, and we left Mitch at the burger joint.
Oh man!
And I loved him, and I loved his comedy, but I just didn't have. I needed to get some work done. Yeah. We had a pitch. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. Things got to stay moving, you know?
Yeah, but he's one of the funniest guys in the world. Norm, obviously, one of the funniest guys, that was around. Similar story with Norm, where I wanted to make him a late night host. I wanted to put him at the helm of ABC before Kimmel or Fox.
What kept that from happening? Was it like Norm not really wanting to do it, or was it like the network not really wanting to do it?
Norm said he kind of talks like Mitch. Hey, let's get together at Norm's. And I'm like, Norm goes to Norm's. He goes, yeah, it's a good place. I'm like, okay, fine. But he said at the meeting, he kept saying, what's the premise? Right? And I said, it's a late night show, right? You watch Dave, you've seen Jay Leno, you get it, right? He goes, yeah, but what's the premise of my late night show? And I go, well, it would be you in a suit coming out a monologue mark, telling jokes. And
you wanted it to be just way different than all that?
I want a premise of some kind. I go, so it's like a sports late night show? And he's like, no. And it was one of those funny, like I couldn't understand what he was saying, kind of like you going into the Rogan. Like, I'm not sure where I'm at, but what it led to was me doing my own show after Mad TV. But truly, I wanted to do it with Norm because I saw what he had,
Maybe he was just messing with you that whole time.
Well, why go to lunch just to mess with somebody?
That'd be hilarious. That's the best place to mess with somebody.
Oh no, that's terrible. He would call and give notes when I was doing my late night show.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He watched the show, and we had the same agent. He goes, tell Spike, it's obvious he doesn't fucking care about that guest. And I loved it. He really should not have guests on he doesn't care about because he can't hide it. And I went, oh my God. I had no idea. I thought that was my job, but let's talk about Cars and Bids. Our friend Doug DeMuro and Cars and Bids have been hosting enthusiast car auctions for 5 years now, and things have been getting interesting lately. They've expanded to classic cars, and there's more great stuff than ever. 911s, JDM classics, and cool one-off builds. We've been talking about them on the past few shows, and we've been finding some of the great auctions. It's been a treat having another site to obsess over. Let's pull up some of the latest auctions right here. Here we are on the page. Oh my, big yellow Lamborghini right there, just like the Lamborghini Maggie Q crashed in Mission Impossible 3, which, by the way, Cameron, I watched.
Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, I put it on the show. I put it on, and I'm watching it piece by piece. And I got to that Lamborghini scene, and I know the real story.
Oh yeah,
She crashed it. Maybe you can get a car like that. If you don't want that, there was a Diablo SV in Arancio, California, offered with no reserve, hammered at $405,000. A 2017 Ferrari GTC 4 Lusso, also no reserve, closed at $160,500. A 2002 Ferrari 360 Modena that sold for $153,000, and a Myers-Manx Dune buggy, remastered in classic Big Sur Blue. What a name, Big Sur Blue. For $55,000. With over 900,000 registered users and hundreds of live auctions, Cars and Bids is the ultimate online auction site for cool cars. Cars and Bids. And once you get your new car from Cars and Bids, you might as well get a new set of tires from our official tire sponsor, Vredestein Tires. That's right, they're back. They are now, once again, the official tire partner of Spike's Car Radio. There they are. Wow, look at this site. They've got a brand new site. This looks great. Well, you see the tires being made. Look, studded tires there for ice racing. Then there's that guy. Look at that. This is really good. We love Vredestein tires, of course, because of their heritage, because of their performance, because of their designer, Giorgetto. Wow, this site is really dynamic. They've been taking off. They must have really grown since we started advertising them. Do you think, Cameron, that we've had this effect on Vredestein?
They have upped their video game for sure. This is very impressive.
They have more than a century of experience. They are engineering tires for performance, and they're now available in North America. And of course, we have them on our cars, and we're putting them on more. In fact, we should be getting these tires for your Golf, Cameron.
I would love that.
I don't know what we would put on there. The Quad-Track Pro is on my wife's Tesla. The Grip Classic is on my Series 2A. The Sprint Classic, I think, is on Jerry's Volkswagens. And then we'll do a consultation and find out what Vredestein we're going to put on the Golf.
Any modifications we can do, the better.
How old are your tires on the Golf?
Oh gosh, at least 6 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and they've made it across the whole country from Michigan.
Yeah,
so.
6 years though. That's a little old.
Yeah.
Well, check them out where you buy your tires. Vredestein Tires. Welcome back to the show, Vredestein. So you go from community college to being a barber. Is that the next step to becoming a stand-up?
Technically, yeah. I was cutting hair since I was way, way younger. I was
really?
Like 13. Yeah. So I go to community college. I'm trying out that, but I flunked all my classes. The only one I could pass was the acting one, which was very I wasn't even doing good. So I didn't even bother. I think November into my first semester, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm failing everything. I found stand-up. That's fun. And,
how did you feel at that point, though? Did you feel a lot of pressure? Like, look, obviously, most kids feel like school is the pathway to some forms of success. And when it's not working for you, did that panic you?
No, nothing panicked me at that age, which was keeping me just from finding a path, right. Stand-up was always there as just something I loved to do. I just didn't think this is my full-time job now. It just, what it turned into was me bouncing around. I worked construction just because it was like a good paycheck. Then I went back to work with my uncle who taught me how to do light body work and paint stuff. And I went and I got certified to get my painter certificate. And I'm bouncing in and out of stand-up throughout this whole time. But one day I was working, the only shop I could get a job at while I was still getting my certificate was a shop in Garland, Texas. And I don't want to say the name of it because I hated the painter there. And I was working under him as this, paint prep and everything. And the owner of the shop hated that guy too because he'd show up to paint and get his money and then he'd just take off. But he wouldn't do anything outside of just walk into that booth, spray, and then leave. And a lot of the time he wouldn't even color match. So he's spraying orange on a red car.
Oh, really?
The man did not care.
Yeah, he didn't.
So at that time, one of the other guys who worked there, he was a older Mexican dude. He told me in Spanish. He was like, "Hey, he's like, you don't have papers?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was born here." And then he's like, "Oh, but you didn't finish school?" I said, "Yeah, I graduated high school." And then he's like, "So then why are you working here?" And because I worked there because I liked painting cars and stuff. But yeah, I guess I kind of heard him loud and clear, I could be doing so much more. And I had already been in and out of stand-up, but I'd quit because I'd give up and stuff. So I was just like, man, he's right. I'm gonna just dive into stand-up. So I went back to just cutting hair full time because cutting hair, I didn't have to be covered in primer dust all day. You know what I mean?
I like the term. I got to dive into stand-up, so I go back to cutting hair.
Yeah.
But you talk about how that was a great environment to run jokes by the people in the barbershop. Like, they were some of the funniest people you worked with.
There were some of the funniest people I work with, but they're horrible at helping you write bits. Because once they start thinking they're funny, like, it goes to their head so fast.
Right.
So I'd have like these ideas, like, what do you think about this joke? What do you think about this? And they think everything sounded stupid. But I mean, you know how it goes when you're writing something that's funny. You don't start off like, oh, because this is such a wild idea. It kind of starts off very normal, and then it goes into your take on it. So like, yeah, they don't know the first thing about stand-up.
But don't you find that people frequently, and I'm probably talking about my wife here, don't have the ears, like they're comedy fans, but they just don't have the ears for you doing a joke. They have the ears for sitting in a stand-up audience and hearing the audience laugh and going,
yeah.
I'm aware of that same joke.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
And you have the eyes and that little net set up in your head about everything that's going on. And someone says something or someone acts in a certain way, and you're like, oh, that's going to be something.
Yeah. I'm really good at hearing a good punchline within normal conversation, for sure. So I'm working my way backwards from it.
So the barbershop leads to what?
Barbershop leads to an open schedule. That was the main thing I wanted.
At night?
Or during the day. Because I mean, I was living in Dallas, so I'm about a 3-hour drive from Austin, 4-hour drive from San Antonio, 3.5 hour from Houston. So what I took advantage of was that I made my own schedule at the barbershop. So if on a Friday afternoon, I got a call from one of the clubs in San Antonio, they're like, hey man, somebody dropped out. Do you want to come open tomorrow? You know, I could just cancel all whatever appointments I had myself. Right. As long as I had paid my booth rent, I still had my chair there. But I did pay a lot of late booth rent chasing stand-up.
Do you cut any of your friends' hair?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you still cutting hair?
Now I do it for like my brother, my son, my dad sometimes.
That's wild.
But that's about it. Yeah.
So how long are we talking here? You're 10,000 hours. Like, how you start stand up at what age?
I started stand up I think I had just turned 19.
At 19. Yeah. And when do you start getting traction at what age?
I had like cool moments like at 22, 23. But I didn't make any real money with stand-up until I was 20, 25, turning 26.
Yeah. And what is that? Is it a call? Like, is there a moment where you go, oh, wow, something just happened?
Yeah, that Don't Tell video. So Don't Tell comedy had just put out like their first, they had 1 or 2 tops maybe of their like, where they give each comedian like a set, you know? Mm-hmm. They do like 10 minutes and they put it out on YouTube and then they clip it up over socials. And Matthew Broussard had recommended me, I think, and his girlfriend, they recommended me. I think they're married now. Congrats to them. But they had recommended me to Kyle from Don't Tell, and I get a message from this dude and he's like, hey man, do you want to come do a taping? I think at the time paid like $200. He's like, it's in San Diego, you know.
Yeah.
Make your way there. The $200 is all yours.
That's great.
But they're some of the only people in today's comedy world who actually do pay an exposure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so if you got the juice, like they'll put you out there or whatever. So I negotiated for $250 because I'm a businessman. And yeah, man, I took off. Somebody flew me out to LA. Edwin Lincona was putting on like this HBO Latino thing.
Yeah.
So he flew me out to LA to like do my set. But I was like, nah, don't fly me home. Like, I'm taking a Greyhound down to San Diego. And yeah, I taped that video and it just popped off. It went viral. And people let me headline, which was probably,
it's wild.
I probably was not ready to headline.
I happened to be talking to a manager of another pretty famous comedian the other day and brought you up, and he said, oh yeah, Ralph, listen to what he just sold in ticket sales in a few minutes. And I went, wow. I just kind of wow.
Yeah.
It was a big number. And these guys were established managers and they were like, this is the guy. He's got his own little, not little, but you've got your own little column and silo of fans, and they're ready to show up in theaters.
Yeah,
right?
Shout out to my fans. Thank you guys for giving me a job.
How many are you on tour right now?
Yeah, it's a small tour. So I mean, we've been touring heavy for like the last 3 years. Heavy. Because I mean, who doesn't want to take advantage, right? Like as it's coming. But from here to the end of the year, I have maybe about 8 shows lined up. And I might add some in some cities because like I can't help myself. But I have a lot of material to work out. I'm like, I just put out the special. I'm kind of starting over. Right. So I want to just utilize a lot of this time to do spots, maybe here in LA or New York and even back home in Texas. Yeah. And just mess around. Do you get paid for those? Like when a comedian goes into the Improv right now, the Comedy Store, do they get paid to do like 20 minutes? I don't know. Maybe maybe not the guys who just pop in like the super famous guys who can just show up and go up. They're just working out material, right? Yeah. And is that how you do it? Are you working it out on stage or are you writing it during the day? I'll do both. You do both? Yeah. I like to work it out on stage, but also write it out. If I write it out too much, I overthink it. But if I don't write anything out, then there's no structure to it. Ralph, you're just like me. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Every time I've overwritten stuff and brought it out, it's just a mess. But you do a lot of writing for TV and movies and stuff, right? I do. Yeah. But whenever I was in front of an audience this week doing a live show for Spike's Car Radio, and we were 15 minutes late. And I do this every year. I was in a hotel room with my son came along, and you get nervous, and I channeled that into too much writing, and I was lost for 30 minutes trying to look at notes, trying to do shit instead of being in the moment. There's a quote. I've never read Rick Rubin's book because I feel like I had read enough in the first page. He quotes somebody else, and I feel bad that I always forget the name of the person he quotes. And I might be messing up this quote, but it goes something along the lines of like the object is not to create art, but to be in that wonderful state of mind in which art is inevitable. Something like that. I might be messing it up. But that kind of helped me out a lot. It was kind of like find your balance where you're going to be able to keep creating or feeling good. It's true. Be like water. But be careful with Rick Rubin advice. I had lunch with Rick Rubin. He called me. He wanted to hear some Seinfeld stories. And I sat down with him and he said, I said, what's going on with you? He goes, I just hired a psychic dietitian. And I go, what does that mean? He goes, well, and it's a straight face. I met with her yesterday and she closed her eyes for a minute. Then she said, don't eat chicken. And I said, so what did you say? He goes, well, I'm not going to eat chicken. That's insane. That's a true story. Get your protein, Rick Rubin. What are you doing, man? This was a while ago. All right, let's talk about the Hulu special. And then you're going to bring your co-host on, and we're going to talk about the Formula Bean YouTube channel. But I want to hear more about Planet Bosa. Yes. Okay, here's my first question. I did prepare this. In the opening scene, as you're walking out onto stage, you're wearing a jacket that says Jacket Slumped. Slumped Candy Paint and Auto Body Shop. What is that? So Slumped is a streetwear brand based out of Houston, Texas. It's owned by some buddies of mine. Shout out to Izzy from Houston. And you're making a lot of assumptions that people are watching this right now, but sure. Oh yeah. Anyway, I have to imagine they are. But Slumped, they make cool clothes out of Houston, Texas, and I know a lot of Hispanic small business owners or business owners, but I feel like traditionally in the Hispanic start businesses that have to do with like construction, food and whatnot. So I don't see a lot of Hispanic streetwear, so they got their own store. That's I know there's kind of a lot out there, but I wanted to wear it. They made that custom for me for the show. Yeah, it was cool. So I liked it. I thought it was neat. This is your second comedy special. Your first one was on Netflix, and then you moved over here to Hulu. And it's great. I watched it last night. Fantastic. Thank you. You've done it. Yeah, thank you. It's on right now, right? Yeah. Everyone can watch it. Everyone can watch it. What was it like putting that together? Did you like shoot it twice? And how does that work? Recorded 2 shows. I was like, I'm either record 2 shows or 6. You know what I mean? I feel like that'll be good. But
Right. And then what are you looking for in those recordings? Like the biggest laughs or your performance or a combination of both?
I guess a combination of both. I really just wanted to be more relaxed than on the first one. On the first special, I was just so nervous. You know, I've never shot a special before, especially not for Netflix and stuff. But I just remembered that when I did that Don't Tell set right before we recorded, they were like, hey, like, do whatever you guys want, relax. Like, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. So I kind of just went in with that approach. I don't know if Hulu would approve of that approach of the, if it's good, it's good. If not, it's not. But I went in with that approach and I was like, man, whatever happens, like if people start yelling and I end up just doing some crowd work or if whatever may happen, like, let's just get a good show on tape.
Yeah, we can edit.
Yeah.
And these things tend to be your biggest fans. You know, it's a very happy, supportive room. They're psyched to see you, right?
Yeah. San Diego had some great crowds.
Wow. So how frequently do you end up doing like a comedy special? Do you have any idea? Like, do you have a manager that kind of says, all right, we've just done the second Hulu and now we're going to call Adam Sandler and we're going to make a movie. Like, do you have like a trajectory that you're on that you hear what I'm saying? Like a plan,
man,
or
I'm
you're
all over the place.
You're all over the place.
Nah, I'm not on like crazy drugs or nothing, but every now and then I do pull a Mitch Hedberg and Lady Hedberg move maybe where I might have an opportunity and screw it up. But
you don't strike me as that type of guy at all.
I don't
at all. You strike me as very humble, very capable, and on your way to
mess,
big things.
man. I'm a mess.
No, you're
Trust
not.
me. I mess up because I think I want to go one way and then I'm like 2-3 steps in and then I'm just like, actually no. And then
That's careful. That's what we call careful.
Maybe it's careful.
I've
Some
known a
people call it
lot of
being
people.
spotty.
I've known a lot of comedians. You're not the type of person you're describing. We're going to have to get you into a little help session. We'll do some life coaching, comedy life coaching with you.
That would be cool.
You're considering and weighing your options and you're moving slowly and you're trying different things on so that you can continue on this path to success.
Yeah, everything scares me in Hollywood.
It should. Why?
Right?
Of course, this should have scared you. All of it is scary.
And I got my son, so I got to think like,
That's the easiest part.
how much do I want to alter his life? You know what I mean?
He's going to be fine.
I hope so.
You're going to be a good dad. He's going to be fine. You're going to teach him about cars and the right kind of cars, and that's all going to be good. But you manage your career. You know what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
I can tell.
I needed this show.
See it. Well, it's obvious. You're going to bump into a lot of people saying that, but it's obvious. There's now hard data that Ralph Barbosa is a comet zipping to massive success.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get into the car stuff, I just want to fact check this one bit of your bio. Your proudest achievement is meeting Adam Sandler. Is that true?
Yeah. Anytime I meet a comedian that I grew up watching, I feel like.
Where did you meet him?
I met him at Happy Madison, I don't know what you call it, the headquarters.
His production
company?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just walked in there. He's like, who's this fucking guy? And I thought that was so cool. And they introduced me to him and he gave me a hug. He's like, hey, congrats on everything you got going for you.
Did he have the big shorts and the big oversized shirt?
And that day on the way there, I needed a belt, but the only belt I could find was like way too big for me. So I had to poke a hole in it. So I was just showing them like my extended belt.
He's the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah,
he's
so
the
cool.
only guy who entertainment hasn't really transformed except for the giant vaults of money. And he's just walking around like a regular guy, remembers everybody every time I see him. I haven't seen him in like 15 years. And he walked up, I was at a basketball thing for my kids when they were playing like rec center basketball. And his daughter was playing. He's like, hey, Spike. It was like we had never kind of left SNL.
Nice.
It's like, hey, Adam. My kids were like, oh, my God, you know Adam Sandler? I go, yeah, I used to. But he's the absolute best.
Yeah, anytime you meet people that you grew up watching, I feel like...
anything can happen.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just doing something right.
Yeah, sometimes.
Or like going the right path. Yeah.
Yes. Depends on the person you're meeting.
True. Yeah.
Sometimes I've learned at this point that I don't have to meet all my heroes. I'd rather have some that I'm still struck by.
Like
right?
who?
Like Howard Stern is a guy I really love, but I don't ever want to meet him. I don't ever want to talk to him. I just enjoy him as a fan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to have his entertainment kind of hit me the way it was designed to, which is over Sirius XM. And,
okay. I see that.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then when you meet someone, you get a sense of them. Sometimes it can affect how you enjoy them as talent.
I like the rappers that Diddy was putting out there, but I never wanted to meet Diddy,
Well, I'm sure there's a new Diddy in development that's going to call you up soon and bring you to a nice party.
I might be the next Diddy. Who knows? No, let's just cut that. Wait, we can't cut this. This is live. Anyway,
It gives a whole new meaning to white party, too.
If I do anything crazy like 20 years from now, they'll look back on this and they'll be like, that didn't age well.
All right, let's do some advertising. Over 2 decades ago, RaceDeck was invented, a cost-effective, durable, truly do-it-yourself modular flooring system engineered for the garage. RaceDeck's multi-patented design allows for easy installation without all the hassles and mess of toxic epoxy coatings, transforming your garage in just hours, not days. You know, we transformed my friend's garage last week.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. It was really fun. I got to just experience it in text photos. I didn't have to experience any of the work. And but my friend who had his house, he was like, the house is done. I need to get the garage done. I said, dude, once you put this stuff in, you're going to want to redo your whole garage. So get ready. And that exact thing happened. He goes, you have a guy who can handle it? And I go, I do. By the time I got my guy's number to him, he had already done the installation.
Wow.
Already done it.
Wow.
Just called up a friend, they put it in, sent me the pictures, and he was like, he had posted it somewhere, and people were going, okay, now we got to paint the walls and make the rest of it look nice. And that's what happens with RaceDeck. Your crap garage is now going to be your cool garage, and putting in that flooring is the right first step. RaceDeck can handle vehicle rolling loads in excess of 80,000 pounds. It has patented self-draining understructure that allows liquid and moisture to flow freely. And RaceDeck is the original USA-made, multi-patented modular flooring system engineered for the garage that manufactures 24/7 and ships most orders within 48 hours. And that's because Jürgen Mahler, the guy who founded it, is a car enthusiast. He's a Porsche guy. So shop at racedeck.com and use code SPIKE911 for 15% off and free shipping. Today's show is also sponsored by Odoo. Imagine you're a business owner who has to rely on a dozen different software programs to run your company, none of which are connected, and each one is more expensive and more complicated than the last. It can be pretty stressful. Now imagine Odoo. Odoo has all the programs you'll ever need. They're all connected, one simple, easy-to-use platform, giving you peace of mind that your business is always being taken care of from every angle. Odoo has user-friendly open source applications for everything. We're talking CRM, accounting, inventory, manufacturing, marketing, HR, and everything in between. Basically, if your business needs it, Odoo has it. Odoo sounds pretty amazing, right? So stop wasting your time and money on those expensive, disconnected platforms and let Odoo harmonize your business with simple, efficient software that can handle everything for a fraction of the price. It doesn't get much better than that, so what are you waiting for? Discover how Odoo can take your business to the next level by visiting odoo.com. I just had the boys in Austin look into Odoo.
I mean, it seems nice.
We're growing at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
And we need help. So we went with Odoo. You guys go with Odoo. That's Odoo, ODOO.com. Odoo, modern management made simple. Formula Bean YouTube channel. Here we are. We were talking a minute ago about what you would do before with AI. I do like that conversation. We were talking about how actors have these AI clauses and they can have makeup done or they can change their appearance after the fact with AI.
Yeah.
And you said if you ever do a film, you're going to ask for what?
Calf muscles. I want to appear like I could jump high.
We can do that.
Nice.
That's what Hollywood magic is.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Luis, good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
I was watching you on your channel. I couldn't tell whose channel it was, by the way. Like, was he the first one at the Formula Bean channel?
Yeah, so it used to just be called, what was it?
All right, so it was
Here at Genius.
my username is username_ef, and that's the YouTube channel's name originally.
What is it?
Username_ef.
That's it?
That's just
Username
I see.
AF.
So were you guys friends growing up, or
Nah, I met
you
this
just
dude.
liked his channel? And
Yeah, no, my media manager represents a content creator who goes by Paprika. And Paprika and him had met through different content events or whatever. And one day he came to my show and he brought him. And we both like Nissan Skylines a lot.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he
Who
heard
doesn't, by the way?
Right? Yeah.
I do too.
He was like, hey, man, let's swap your Skyline. Like, he just said that.
An LS swap for that. I think we actually have that clip that we can roll right now. Here, put on your headphones.
That
Let's
ended
watch it.
up being his Skyline.
Oh, come on. Hit play on this.
Oh, yeah.
This made me laugh.
You get canceled for stuff like this.
all right.
All right? All right. Canceled.
Cancel.
That it does.
You're playing with powers you don't understand.
Sin. Who put this thing together?
Who put this thing together? Me! That's who!
Us. Hey, America. Today we put an LS engine in a Skyline. Don't do this. Be more responsible. Be safer.
I love that. That really made me laugh when I watched it. And because I couldn't figure out what you guys would be doing. Did you really do that install?
It was actually, I mean, we really installed it.
Did it
engine
work?
was technically in there, but we didn't start it.
So you just did that piece of it.
So the whole point of it was we needed to see if the Skyline was alignable.
Right.
And because we just got some work done for the frame. And we needed some weight in the front of the car. And the RB was taken apart and it had an LS laying around. So
Oh
I was
my God.
like, hey, let's just...
Now
throw this
when you
LS
say
in.
you had it laying around, do you have a shop?
I have a garage.
You just have a garage
Yeah.
with a lot of car stuff. So, I watched a lot of your content. There was a lot of the two of you at drag strips,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where's that in Texas?
Our latest video, we were at XRP.
Uh-huh.
So the guys from Midnight Performance down in Houston, as a dude Manuel, he was going up there to race, and I always like watching his like racing content and stuff. So he was like, "Yeah, come watch and stuff."
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
we
And
like betting on the races.
that's
but-
what it. Yeah, that's what it was. Is that what the channel is? The two of you guys making bets?
No. But we don't bet money. We just bet push-ups. It's
You bet
more
push-ups.
It's more embarrassing.
So what is the channel? Like, what's the bread and butter of the channel?
Well,
Because it seems like it's just you guys fucking around with cars.
that's it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is right now.
Yeah.
You're not doing builds. You're just, it's your car life in Texas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we're making whatever modifications we can. We put nitrous and a turbo without tuning on his KA on an 89 Nissan 240. The thing looks horrible. Like women run from it. It's an ugly, nasty car. And we did that with the intentions of blowing it up. It was his idea. He's like, let's just blow it up before we LS swap it.
Uh-huh.
And it did not blow up. The coupler for the turbo blew up, but not the motor.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't start anymore, so that's good.
Yeah.
So you're not coming out of this with builds that you then send to auction and make some money.
No way.
This is about destroying shit
Oh, yeah.
or half putting it together.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the next thing.
Yeah,
we do have one cool build.
Yeah, we have
What's
a cool
that?
build coming.
We can pull anything you want up here too. If you,
I don't think
if
we
you-
have any footage on it that we've released yet.
Yeah.
Maybe it came out in one or
Well,
two
we,
of the videos.
we have worked on it before on like suspensions, the 96 Impala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's down
So we
there.
took this boat of a car, this 96 Impala. It's gonna be like way down.
I see you take your thumbnails seriously.
Yeah, I think he takes them too serious sometimes. There it goes. That second one is
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah, that's just us working on the suspension of it.
Yeah, so we changed it out to a QA1 suspension. I actually messed up and I ordered the big wheel suspension and I was supposed to order the drag suspension. So that's dumb on my part. We got to change some parts out.
How long has this channel been up and running?
This is before we even made it like our channel. It was still his channel back then.
I see.
Yeah.
So you were just guesting on it.
Yeah. But we're building a fourth gen 6.0 for that car that we're hoping can make around 900 horses.
Yeah.
And we've had some cool sponsors come out and send some parts. Holly sent some parts, and Magnuson sent a supercharger for it. So we're still in the middle of that build. Rear end just came in.
Yeah.
And we know it's not going to fly. I mean, it's a boat. But I want to see how fast we can get this thing without taking the seats out.
And what's fast to you?
What's fast to me is doing
this thing.
an eighth mile in like 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow. So that drag strip is really inside of you, huh? Is that what you like more than anything? Your favorite type of racing?
I've always wanted to learn how to drive like on a circuit, funny circle. Like, I'm hoping before the year ends, we could enter into like 24 hours of lemons.
Why don't we think a little higher than that? It's lemons, but
I don't know where to go. I have no direction here.
I can tell you right now.
Okay.
Willow Springs.
Willow Springs.
So they just sold Willow Springs to a group of guys who are turning it into a racing wonderland for people in LA. It's like less than an hour, drive up north. They're having a big event. When is it? October 11th? Yeah, where look at that guy. That guy was
Yeah,
that was a guy on social media yesterday who was listening to my show and then saw me parked behind him, and I remember this moment because it got watched. See, that's me in the Bronco back there. I was almost road raging with that Tesla in front, and he was, and I was like, I really got to be a better citizen. It would have all been caught on social media, but
You were 10 seconds away from shooting that guy.
yeah, because that never. I don't want to get mad again, but I was mad in that moment. That nice guy was like, "Hey, it's Spike first," and me yelling at most likely a 26-year-old girl in a Tesla. This is what's going on. Willow Springs Reimagined. These guys have built a go-kart track, and they've got 2 other tracks that they're putting millions of dollars in. They're building a hotel there.
Oh, nice.
This is where, you want to come here and do stand-up Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday day, you want to go up to Willow Springs and you want to race. That's what they're doing there. So you know what the Thermal Club is? It's like a private club for super rich folks in Palm Springs. This is more democratized. It's for everybody.
Nice.
It'll have a private kind of thing going, but most of it's public facing.
I gotta look into that to see because there's like certain requirements to like what kind of car I can bring.
You can bring anything.
You can bring anything.
Whatever you want. Let's bring this new car, but if
I want to
you
turn
can,
my R32 into a track car.
let's do it. Just come up Saturday. Tickets are for sale now. They're like $10. It's gonna be a big day.
We'll see you at Willow Springs, everybody.
I'm going. Cameron, are you going? We're going, right? We got to shoot there.
What are you taking?
I think we're going to be flying up in a helicopter, but I think we're getting to drive that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Singer 911s around the track. Porsche is sending a bunch of 550s from their factory.
Bro, let's take
which is wild.
Let's take your 07 Porsche,
My
the
07
legendary.
Porsche.
Yeah.
This man has a legendary 07 Porsche.
What's that?
It's the cheapest 07 Porsche for its condition that has ever been purchased.
Let's hear about it.
It's on the channel. You tell.
Go back to the channel.
This is your story, bro.
What did you pay? What's the story?
So the car was for sale for $5,000.
Yeah.
On Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Supposedly the engine was blown, and it needed a paint job and a bunch of issues. And when I got there, the guy didn't have the key, so I called the dealership. It cost like I think $1,200 for the key, so he reduced it to $3,800. And then there it is right there.
There it is there. So the price of this car was $3,800.
$3,800.
And what did you have to put into it to get it driving?
So the guy eventually
a paint job.
Yeah,
that was
a paint
it.
job. That was it.
For real?
And a key.
The engine wasn't
that's it.
blown.
The engine was not blown.
You're kidding.
So the whole time I thought it was blown, and I got it painted first because I had an opportunity. And then his dad shows up to the paint shop, and he's like, "Hey, let's race him." And I'm like, "Well, the engine was kind of knocking." I was like, "Well, if it's gonna blow up, might as well blow it up racing." So we take off, and that's the hardest.
All of your logic is flawed.
That's the hardest I've ever pushed it.
I'm going to buy this car.
Well,
And
I did the math. I was thinking I could still make a profit if I painted it and bought a used engine.
I see.
That was my mindset.
But when
on
you get it, you put the key in, it starts up.
It
and
starts
it's
up.
working.
But
What
it's
did the-
knocking.
it makes a
knocking.
weird noise.
I don't know why I did this.
But
I see.
it wasn't not. They supposedly the guy told me that it was like knocking real bad or something, but it would make a weird knocking noise and then stop and then do it. And so I was like, I don't know what this is. It doesn't sound like an
So
engine
what
knock.
did it turn out to be?
So
I
he
don't
pulls
know.
up. He pulls up to the paint shop to pick up his knocking Porsche, freshly painted.
Yeah.
And he sees my dad there, who's getting some work done on whatever. And I guess they agree to race, and he floors it. And after he floors it, and you won, right?
Yeah,
My dad-
yeah, beautiful.
After he floors it, not only does he beat my dad, but the knocking never returns.
It goes away.
It goes away.
Checks the oil, no metal in there, nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah.
So this guy who sells you the car just didn't know.
He had no. He
He
left
just
it.
made an assumption and said he was going to get rid of it.
He took it to the shop, and after he got the diagnosis, he left it there for like 2 years, and he finally decided to sell it at
Oh
the
my
point
God.
I bought
That
it.
guy probably heard. We talked about this on Rogan. We've talked about it here now. That guy's punching the air right now.
Yeah. It's stunning. That's an amazing story. Do you still have this car?
This is my daily.
It's your daily.
Yeah,
Wow, you're a genius.
I've driven
dude.
it over 5,000 miles, and it's finally time for its second oil change.
Well, he took it all the way. Where did we go? We went to Houston.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Dallas to Houston.
Yeah,
to
right
San
after-
Antonio.
Oh
back to
my
Houston,
God.
Back to Dallas.
What would have been the number had that car been, had the guy not thought it was bad? What was the number on the car really? Like 20 or 30?
Yeah, I think they sell around like 20-ish.
What a deal. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
$3,500 for a Porsche.
Yeah.
What did the paint job turn out like? Did you take it
It was
down to the bare
nice.
metal? Did you do it?
No, not bare metal.
You just glopped it
like
on the
avoided
outside?
door jams because I just wanted to respray it the same color.
What color?
It's the same Porsche color.
Same color.
Yeah.
So you just
OEM
tightened it
color.
up, made it shiny. Well,
Yeah.
see, that's great. That's unbelievable.
And then what's cool too is that we got a good deal on the paint job because our friend Brian, who painted and did the body work on it, he's super talented, but he doesn't realize it yet, so we can still take advantage. He's very young and just started his own shop.
So what do you pay for a paint job from him?
Nah, I don't know. I didn't it was just Louis.
Painting is the hardest thing in the world,
Yeah,
as you guys
painting-
already know, right?
Yeah.
When you find a good painter, that's it. But God, I remember back in the day, it was expensive, like 20 grand to paint a car. I can't even imagine right now what it is. I think I did a Ferrari once for 100.
Wow.
And now
So
I don't
bare
think
metal
you can
or
do
what?
that. Yeah. It was
Take
a
all the
Dino.
interior out and all this.
But does it have to be resprayed the same factory color? Because doesn't Ferrari start to sue people when they change the colors and they find out about it?
They're very litigious, and they make a lot of copyright claims on cars that people own themselves. But for a collector, that car was fly yellow, so you wouldn't want to paint it any other color. They're very undesirable car colors. I think we were talking about one earlier or on another show, sepia brown. You and I were talking about it too, the 74 sepia brown I had. Now, and I mentioned that in the show, and now people are going to go, I like sepia brown. Well, most people don't. 95% don't. And when you own one, women in particular who aren't car people will come up to you and go, oh, that looks like baby poop. And the first couple times you chuckle, and then like 3 weeks in, you're like, God damn it. I don't want to hear this every day of my life. And you end up selling it. Yeah. You'll see sepia brown cars. Zuckerman had one a couple years ago, just gone 3 weeks. They disappear quick because of that moment, like replicas, Yeah. You go, I'm cool with that. Speedster replica, no problem. And then you're driving it. And then every day you're going to be saying, this is a replica. Because someone comes up to you and goes, is that real? And you go, no. 2 weeks, that real? No. You're not real. I'm not real. It just weighs on you. It's really hard to get away with it.
It's like having a stepkid. You're like, he's not mine. He's not
It's exactly like that. Your dad worked in an auto body shop, right?
Yeah, my dad had a body shop when I was a kid.
Is that what started this whole thing?
Maybe. I used to hate going to the body shop because I would only go when there was nobody else who could watch me.
Right.
And so I just have to like sit there and just inhale everything. There was no boots. There was no masks.
Yeah.
They were just like stand in that corner where it's less cloudy.
Yeah.
But I'd just be bored all day. I don't know. I really liked Hot Wheel and like racing games.
Yeah,
My friends
yeah.
like those a lot.
Do you think boredom is good for comedy? I think it's great.
For sure.
Right?
It's like medicine. Like I hate that I know I need it.
Yeah.
But like if I just go through it, I know something will come out from it.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I remember I had this long train ride into the city when I first moved to New York, and it's where all the jokes were written.
For sure.
Just be sitting there like this and ching, 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 and your mind starts to drift, and then you're able to kind of game out jokes and write stuff down.
I need an area where I can pace around. But everybody worries about you when you pace. They're like, are you all right, man?
Yeah.
It's like, shut up. Like I'm
No,
on my desk. Basically.
this is Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
That's how he writes.
Yeah.
He either walks or he gets in the car. You
Yeah.
can't sit and write. You got to be in motion.
That was another thing that sucked about, for me, working at the barbershop is if I'd be sitting there and I couldn't think of something or people were too distracted by my pacing,
Yeah.
I would cancel my appointments. If I felt like I had some good ideas, I'd cancel my appointment and I'd go to the mall and just walk around the mall.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, then I'd sit down at the food court and like write. And then I'd walk and then I'd go back and write and then I'd walk.
This is the glamorous world of comedy, Cameron. Do you
Yeah.
see? This is what it's like. That's real stand-up right there. These guys are kind of outside of the civilized world. What he just described is such a happy thought for me. Like I was like, God, what a great day that must be. Walking around the mall, sitting in the food court and writing jokes is great.
That is a great day.
It's great, right?
people worry about you though. You know, people are like, whoa.
They
who's this
definitely
guy?
do, but they don't understand. And then how gratifying when you're on stage and that thing, one of those things
I'm
works.
like, yeah. Or I'm sitting there and I could tell that the lady from Subway is probably looking at me like, why does he keep sitting here? But I'm like, look, lady, when this gets 2 million views on Instagram, you're gonna know why.
Are you gonna go back now to that lady at Subway with your Hulu special
She's
and go,
probably my
look,
biggest
lady,
fan.
look what I did. The Hulu special is Ralph Barbosa, Planet Bosa on Hulu right now. I've watched it. I've watched the Netflix stuff. This guy is the next big thing. And you heard it from me, Spike, first. And where are you going after this? Bobby Lee's show, I bet.
Yeah, I'm headed to Bobby Lee's show to crash that.
I knew it. I remember Bobby Lee, when he wasn't Bobby Lee.
I feel like deep down in his brain, he was always that Bobby
He's
Lee.
exactly the same, out of his fucking mind. When he was on MTV, we went on tour together for a week, and I was just like, these people are all fucking nuts, but Bobby is on a different level of insane. And so fucking funny. Like that van with Jordan Peele was in it. It was all the Mad TV folks and me. And I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I had to get up on stage. I couldn't even come close to what they were doing. But the van was so great. And Bobby was so excellent. And he's really found his little place, right? Bad Friends is amazing.
Bad Friends.
And he's great.
My first time going to the Comedy Store, doing a showcase in the belly room. And I walked downstairs to just get a peek at the main room to see what that was like in real life. And I peeked into the room. And as soon as I peeked in there, Bobby Lee said, he's like, you get pubes. And then he showed his pubes up. He didn't point at me. He was pointing at somebody near me, though. I was just like, oh, dang. And I just walked back upstairs. I was like, all right, that's LA.
it. Yeah, that's Bobby Lee. And that's our show. Ralph, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. I want you to come back. We got to get you out to the track. We'll have some more cars for you to drive. What are you going to buy now with all the success? You've got all this money coming in. You're filling pillowcases around the United States full of cash and then on to the next town. Are you going to buy a cool car, or do you have everything that you like already? Or
I've bought more cars than I know what to do with.
what do you collect?
I got a 71, a legitimate 1971 GTR, the Skyline. I got a 73 Cuda with the 71 front end. I have my 96 Impala. I have my 1990 R32 GTR. I got a 72 Z28, but it's built for drag racing. It's not running. And then I got a 76 Camaro, which is not built. It's just fun to. We got it a few houses down.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then the wheel fell off. Yeah, but it was cool because that thing wasn't running, and we got it running. We got it timed right and stuff. So we got a lot of projects.
What's the dream car though? What's the car that's just out of reach? We all have them.
I would say probably an R34 GTR. I don't have that one, and I don't want to buy it like ready to go.
Yeah,
I want to buy it where it needs like some work. But I'm also afraid to get into his situation. His R34 is giving him hell. Yeah. It's not like aligned or nothing.
It's got a weird engine in it that you guys just dumped in it for no reason. Just left it in a corner after a YouTube video. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. I wish you nothing but success. The special is called Ralph Barbosa, Planet Bosa.
Thanks for having us.
On Hulu. And that's our show. And Formula Bean YouTube channel. Check it out.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week on Spike's Car Radio.